Hello, everybody, and welcome into this afternoon's broadcast. I am Samuel Reese coming to you live across YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. It is the United States men's national team finally back in action in an international friendly against their CONCACAF foes, Jamaica. It's the U.S. with a 1-0 lead after 45 minutes of play, thanks to a goal from Serginho Dest. And what a beauty of a goal it was from the Barcelona man, Serginho Dest. Really impressive lineup put forth by Greg Berhalter tonight. The U.S. did make a halftime substitution. Richards coming in for Long. That was one of the changes made. Richards currently with Hoffenheim. Here comes a free kick. Headed across the face of goal. Now the strike from Sargent is comfortably saved by White, the Jamaican keeper. The second half just underway. Sorry, it was Brendan Aronson with the opportunity. I did just get out of school, so glad to hop on here for the second half. I only saw the tail end of the first half, unfortunately. But I did see the replay of that Dest goal. And here come the U.S. It's a foul just outside of the box. Taken down was Gio Reyna. Foul committed by Hector. This will be a set piece from a very promising position for the United States. Yeah, that's a bit of a careless foul from Hector. And so now the U.S. have a golden chance to strike for their second goal of the game. This free kick just about a half yard outside the box as White sets up his wall. By the way, it was Brendan Aronson who just came in for Pulisic. This ball takes a deflection. The shot popped in the air and now headed clear of danger by the Jamaicans. And there is an apparent handball against Reggie Cannon, who plays for Boa Vista in Portugal. And he will be given a yellow. First booking of the match, just 2 minutes into the second half. Now we got the scoreboard up. There we go. Sorry, it wasn't a handball. It was the tug of a shirt as Cannon took hold of the kit of Gray. And a bookable offense, according to the referee. This game, by the way, taking place in Austria, just about 8 or 9 miles from the Hungary border. And this is actually the second match that the U.S. are playing at this stadium over the course of the past few months. Back in November, I believe it was, the U.S. played Panama at this very stadium. A throw-in on the far side and a little shove from Kellen Acosta, one of the few MLS players taking part in this camp. Now it sets up a free kick in a promising position for Jamaica. So yeah, Christian Pulisic did start, first time since late 2019. I believe it was something like 475 days since Pulisic played for the U.S., but he did get subbed off at the break, replaced by Aronson, who, by the way, has been doing great with Salzburg. This is a good free kick sent in, and it's last touched by the U.S. Trying to get on the end of it was Mariappa, who was the captain for Jamaica tonight. Just couldn't get his head to it. Last touched by Acosta, and here comes the Jamaica corner, sent to the near post and driven away all the way beyond midfield. And it looks like Acosta is down in the box for the U.S. Let's see. Going back to that last U.S. free kick that occurred a few minutes ago, Acosta took the free kick. It was driven right into the wall. There were half-hearted claims for a handball, but that was never going to be called. All right, there we go. The U.S. are in their blue kits tonight, so let's make the scoreboard the proper color. That's last touched by Lowe. A throw-in for the United States. Here is Gio Reyna of Borussia Dortmund. Boy, has he been great with Dortmund in the Bundesliga. That pass couldn't find Josh Sargent of Werder Bremen. And now the U.S. will win a throw-in. Oh, what's going on, Quinn? Welcome into the broadcast. Thanks for stopping by. Yes, this is just an exhibition. Yep, in soccer they call it friendlies, which means exhibition. Yep. Yes. The U.S. Yeah, you like the Navy. The Navy blue better. All right, Gio Reyna's in here. Reyna with a shot. Save made. The ball's still loose. Reyna controls. The strike deflects just wide. And I don't know how the U.S. haven't scored. Gio Reyna does not either. Well, what a chance this was. Brendan Aronson setting up the opportunity. It was a nice original save, but unable to hold on there was White, the Jamaican goalie. He was well out of position. And then the ultimate strike from Reyna did get blocked. And here comes a corner kick for the United States just a few minutes into the second half. Well, they were showing the replay. Apparently, it was taken away by Jamaica. John Brooks, though, with the intervention. He finds Yunus Musa, who just committed the other week to the U.S. national team. Headed down by Sargent. Here's a chance. It's headed home. Brendan Aronson, the super sub, 7 minutes after coming on, has doubled the advantage for the United States. 2-0 U.S. lead. A second goal for Aronson in his young USMNT career. Great ball headed into Sargent, and then Sargent with patience turning his defender. Square ball to the runner Aronson, who is left unmarked. And from that kind of range, Brendan Aronson was never going to miss. And it's the U.S. who strike again, 2-0. They grab a quick goal just 7 minutes into the second half. Aronson, an emerging young talent for this U.S. team. And he has put a red, white, and blue up by 2. And Jamaica turn it over straight from the kickoff. Here on the ball is Reggie Cannon. Now it's Sebastian Lletget. Lletget to the back post, just beyond the reach of Reggie Cannon, who is making the run. Lletget of the LA Galaxy in MLS. And it'll be a Jamaican goal kick. But it's certainly the start to the second half that the U.S. were looking for. And here comes the first Jamaica change tonight. Looks like 2 changes will be made here from the Reggae Boys. Holness will be one of them coming on. What a story he is. Holness coming on for Isaacs. And Holness actually plays in the 6th tier. You heard me right, the 6th tier of English soccer. which is quite incredible. Actually, that's the only change made at the moment, I believe. But certainly more substitutions to come from both teams. Since it is a friendly, there are 6 substitutions allowed for each team. There's a steal by Josh Sargent. Now into the middle. It's played ahead by Acosta, comfortably into the hands of White, the Jamaican keeper. This is now controlled by the chest of Holness. Foul against Leggett. Free kick on the way. Oh, it actually struck the right arm of Leggett. And so Jamaica free kick awarded. Under some pressure here is Palmer. All the way back to White. 2-0 U.S. lead. Goals from Serginho Dest, as well as Brendan Aronson. Dest of Barcelona in Spain. Aronson of Salzburg in Austria. So Aronson, I just realized, actually playing this game not too far away from where he plays his club soccer. This game is in Austria, the eastern part of the country, close to the Hungarian border. Reggie Cannon, who plays for Boavista in Portugal, gets the pass from Yunus Musa of Valencia. Jamaica, though, win it back. That's stolen by John Brooks, and that was blasted off the face of Musa unintentionally. But this through ball is cut out. Nice intervention from Richards. We'll go back to Zach Steffen of Manchester City. Steffen sends it beyond midfield, and now Jamaica will work it back the other way. That's turned over. And now it's Gio Reyna driving forward for the United States. Reyna still going. Here's a chance. Goal number 3. No, just wide. Gio Reyna marginally off target. You can tell that he's getting frustrated. That's not his first goal-scoring opportunity of the night. The left-footed strike in the end was quite a ways wide of the goal. So he was slightly off-balanced and got it all wrong. But the U.S. certainly appear to be inching closer and closer to a third goal. "58 minutes played from Austria, a neutral site for this one. But the fact of the matter is a lot of the players from both of these teams do play their club soccer in Europe. So in essence, it was actually less travel than if this game was played on in North American soil. Plus, of course, the U.S. will take on Northern Ireland on Sunday. So the only way for them to schedule these 2 matches in this international window was to have their game preceding Northern Ireland take place in Europe. And that's what we have tonight with the U.S. taking on Jamaica. That game against the Northern Ireland will be on Sunday. Nice ball movement through the middle. Here's Yunus Musa ahead for Reggie Cannon. Cannon, return ball to Musa. That's cut out. Cleared out of play by Moore, the fullback. And Cannon will take the U.S. throw-in. He gets the return ball from Leggett. Cannon, good cross. Sent away, but only as far as Kellen Acosta. Now it's Serginho Dest, who already has the goal. Dest onto his right foot. Back to Leggett. Now wide with Acosta. Dest once again. Dest dancing on the ball. He does draw a foul called against Holness, the substitute for Jamaica. We are at the hour mark, 2-0 U.S. lead, and a free kick on the way for the USA. And it's played short by Acosta. Acosta onto his left foot. Acosta the strike. Just wide again. It was certainly an ambitious effort from distance. But Kellen Acosta the whole way had his eyes on goal. Goal kick for Jamaica, who are up against it. By the way, there's a number of players for Jamaica that are actually quarantining back in their hotel because there were, I think, 2 positive COVID test results within the Jamaican national team. But this game still able to take place. They contained the possibility of a spread within the Jamaican team, quarantining those players immediately. And no other players have tested positive. That ball blasted out of play, going out of the ground. It's not a big stadium, this. Only a couple of rows of seats on that far side, and that ball went over the top and into perhaps a street behind it. That's stolen away by Des. Here's Des, who just last weekend had 2 goals for Barcelona. That ball couldn't find Reyna, and it's cleared away by Jamaica. Back to it for the U.S. is Chris Richards. Now Zach Steffen, who started this past weekend for Manchester City in their FA Cup tie against Everton. Clean sheet preserved by Steffen as John Brooks' pass goes straight out of play. Hope you guys are enjoying this one from Wiener Neustadt, Austria. The United States and Jamaica, 2 CONCACAF rivals who will meet in the fall for World Cup qualifying in the octagonal. The U.S. and Jamaica, 2 out of the 5 teams who, based on their CONCACAF ranking, automatically go to the 3rd round of those World Cup qualifiers. The first round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying actually got underway yesterday, where 30 teams compete for the last 3 spots available for the octagonal. Canada, the best team out of the bunch to have to start from the first round of World Cup qualifying in CONCACAF. Another Jamaica substitution here, second of the night. As Serginho Dest will take the American throw-in. A 2-goal lead for the United States. A busy week for U.S. soccer, both with the U23 team and the senior team. I was on the call for the U23's game last night against Mexico in the Olympic qualifiers, game in which Mexico unfortunately won 1-0. But the U.S. U23's still through to the semifinals, where they'll face either Honduras or Canada Sunday night. I'll be on the call for that game. And then earlier in the day, Sunday, I'll be on the call for this team's, the senior team's other friendly during this international break when they take on the Northern Ireland. So a great week to be a U.S. soccer fan. That's a handball. Meanwhile, against Holness, free kick for the U.S. That's turned over in a very dangerous area, but it's immediately won back by Kellen Acosta. And now it's Acosta driving forward for the U.S. Acosta wide. It's into Reyna. Gio Reyna with a strike. Oh, it's just wide. The 3rd goal was right there for the taking, but Gio Reyna's strike to the far post just goes wide in the end, and it stays 2-0. What a chance again for Gio Reyna. Surely one of these is going to find the back of the net for Reyna. He's had so many chances tonight, especially to start the second half. 65 minutes in. It was Des with a goal in the 34th minute, and then Aronson in the 54th. By the way, that Jamaica substitution that was just made a couple of minutes ago, there were actually two of them. Both Tilt and Willis have come on, and Pinnock and Morris were the ones who made way. Here come the U.S. again on the attack. Cross sent in by Cannon. Header at the back post, saved by White. Leggett was right there, unmarked, but could not pick his spot. Jamaica, meanwhile, haven't created many chances tonight. Looking to do so here. And Richards is called for the foul. Free kick for Jamaica. Actually, it was Acosta called for the foul there. Going back to that Leggett chance. Actually, he wasn't unmarked, but he certainly was in a promising position on the receiving end of that cross. It's kind of an awkward stance, though. Not able to generate all the power he wanted to. Here's the opportunity, but the strike floats over the bar from low. It's probably the best chance Jamaica have had thus far tonight. And now here come a couple of U.S. substitutions. It'll be Anthony Robinson and Nico Giacchini coming on. Serginho Dest, one of the players to make way. A goal tonight for the American, who has certainly impressed in his clubs in club soccer with Barcelona. Giacchini plays for Caen in France. He replaces Gio Reyna. So it's Reyna and Dest who come off. So Reyna didn't get that goal he was looking for. But certainly created a lot of chances tonight for the U.S. Here's Robinson, who just came in. The header sails wide from Sargent, and that'll actually head over the sideline for a Jamaica throw-in. Bell will take it. The left back for Jamaica. We're 3/4 through the match. A 2-goal lead for the United States. Here's Giacchini. Giacchini into the middle with Acosta. Acosta to the other side. Robinson into Brennan Aronson. Aronson lays it back for Acosta. Wide again. Here's Anthony Robinson, who plays for Fulham in the Premier League. Musa back to Acosta. Now here's the service. Headed up by Tilt, and it will be a United States corner kick. And now some words exchanged. Sargent seems to be a bit frustrated. Not sure what this is all about. The referee will have a word with both Sargent and Tilt. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, they were chirping back and forth. And that seems to be the whole story. Nothing more than that. The referee just making sure the situation is under control. Here comes the corner for the U.S. Swung in and headed clear by Hector. Now it's low. Gray for Jamaica. Nice ball in. Here's the chance, and it's put home by Lowe, and Jamaica have cut the U.S. lead in half. 70 minutes in, it's the U.S. 2, Jamaica 1. One of the rare opportunities for Jamaica, and they capitalize. It's a real clever finish from a tight angle by Lowe. And just like that, it's game on in Voiner Neustadt. 4 against 2, through ball into Lowe, and how about that chip to get it over Steffen and tuck that inside the left post. Brilliantly done by Lowe, and it's 2-1. Greg Berhalter will not be pleased with that, and Zach Steffen with a shutout, no more. And these final 20 minutes, all of a sudden, could be much more interesting than perhaps it appeared it was going to be just a minute ago. And that will be Lowe's final contribution tonight. He will be subbed off. 4th change from Jamaica tonight. Not a bad way to go out. And it is Levy who replaces Lowe. His Jamaican national team debut. Now let's see how the U.S. respond after conceding. Played out wide by Hector. And all of a sudden, Jamaica have gained some confidence with that goal that perhaps they could get an equalizer. Although that cross is cut out. U.S., though, turn it back over. Here's Hector. He'll go for goal with the outside of the right foot, but it's well wide of the target, and a goal kick coming up for the U.S. I don't care. Oh, thanks, Isaac, for joining the broadcast. What do you mean I don't care about the trade deadline? Oh, Lowry trade is breaking any second. Yeah. I don't know what you mean I don't care about it. But okay. Because I'm streaming during it? Yeah, I can still care about it while streaming during the trade deadline. I mean, it's just trades happening. It's not like anything, I can just look on my phone and find out about it. Here come the U.S. trying to reclaim a 2-goal lead. In the box is Leggett. Leggett has his cross go into the side netting. However, it did take a deflection. I mean, I'll hear about the trades when I get the ESPN notification. I don't need to be the first one to find out. That's all right if I find out about it 5 or 10 minutes after you do. I'm not one of those people who have to hear about it right away. Here comes the U.S. corner. This is headed away. Comes out, and the strike is blocked in front. The effort coming from De La Torre, who just came into the match, by the way, for the U.S. It's a nice little dink out wide by Steffen with about a quarter hour remaining in Austria. The U.S. with a 2-1 lead over Jamaica. In this international friendly, first time since January we're seeing the U.S. senior team in action. Although I don't think maybe a couple of those players were with the couple of the players on with the team during this camp were with that squad against Trinidad, but maybe 1 or 2, but that's it. Here's a good ball played into the box, but it's misfired by Giacchini rather. Yeah, the U.S. have they've gone into the attacking third quite frequently, but really haven't. Some of the finishing has been quite poor. It was a good service, but getting it all wrong was Giacchini on the strike. By the way, Della Torre did come on for Yunus Musa. I thought Musa looked good from when I saw. I obviously missed the first half because of school, but here come the U.S. again. Dell heads it away, but only as far as Della Torre. The U.S. looked to switch the point of attack, but the pass played behind Cannon, and the U.S. turn it over. Greg Berhalter not looking too pleased. Thanks, everybody, for being a part of the broadcast. We're in the final 15 minutes. The U.S. leading 2-1. Here's Giacchini. Oh, across the face of goal. Not able to get on the end of it was Josh Sargent. He was making the run to the near post. And Jamaica quite fortunate that was just out of the reach of Sargent. It's a promising ball in from Giacchini. And now it's the goalkeeper White who will send it downfield for Jamaica. Jamaica trailed by a goal. But with that last goal, things certainly getting quite interesting. It looked like the U.S. were in cruise control up 2-0 on the verge of a third goal. That third goal hasn't come yet, though, and the first one for Jamaica has. Here's Reggie Cannon to take the U.S. throw. And that's headed out of play by Tilt. Here's Acosta. Now it's picked up by Sargent. Cannon back to Sargent. And taken down is Giacchini. He does win the free kick. It's played short to Della Torre. Della Torre to the end line. Cross is blocked. Stays in play. And that's last touched by Jamaica. U.S. corner kick here. That was off of Levy. The substitute for Jamaica. Dozen minutes until we reach second half stoppage time. Thanks all for tuning in. Here's Leget's service and headed over the bar by Giacchini. Could not control the header. And Jamaica doing a throw in at midfield. Things getting a bit uncomfortable for the U.S. This is they're not seeing this game out as comfortably as they would have liked anyways. Jamaica, though, turn it over. That pass goes out of play from Holness. Flicked on by Sargent. But one back by Jamaica. Looking for a whistle was Gray, but nothing called. The U.S. will work it out of the back. Brooks sends it out wide. Now it's into Acosta. Brooks again. Here's Giacchini. Finding space is legit. Now in the box, it's Aronson. He already has a goal. Aronson looking for legit, but Jamaica come away with the steal. Looking to spark a counterattack, but it's one back. Although a foul is called. It wasn't a clean challenge from Acosta, according to the referee. We've reached the 80-minute mark. We've got 10 minutes to play. The U.S. leading by a goal. Now, that's a poor giveaway by White. Can the U.S. pounce? Here is De La Torre into Joe Keeney, but it's shielded by Bell, and he will win his side a goal kick. Joe Keeney, as I mentioned, playing with Caen in France. Caen currently in the second division. I haven't looked at the Ligue 2 standings recently, but yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest, where Caen or where Caen are in the table. Yeah. Here's Joe Keeney. U.S. looking for goal number 3. This is Acosta. Now Sebastian Lletget. That's headed out of play by Palmer. And now one more substitution for the United States. Making way will be Josh Sargent. The last month or so, he's really been in form, I should say, for Werder Bremen in the Bundesliga. Of course, Werder Bremen just narrowly escaped relegation last year. And now Sargent shining in the Bundesliga with his club. And replacing Sargent, I'm not sure who it was. I'll get that in a moment. Should be the last U.S. substitution of this game. 83rd minute, 2-1 U.S. lead in this international friendly. Heavy first touch from Acosta, and he gets pummeled over. Advantage given. U.S. still in possession. Here's Joe Keeney. Nice square ball. And there's the third goal. It's Sebastian Lletget who helps the U.S. reclaim a 2-goal lead. 3-1 the score in the 83rd minute. The LA Galaxy midfielder Sebastian Lletget strikes for the U.S. Meanwhile, Acosta still down, as well as Willis, who were involved in that heavy collision. Advantage rightly given by the referee, and it results in a goal. Joe Keeney with the assist, and Lletget with a fine finish. Bottom right corner. First time finish, a clinical finish from Lletget, and it's 3-1 U.S. Jamaica are protesting. I'm not sure, how much of an argument they really have. I mean, Willis flat out collided with Acosta. I mean, there's not much you can argue if you're Jamaica. All right, the player who came on for Sargent, by the way, was Sibachu, who plays for Young Boys. He's actually had a pretty good season with Young Boys in both the Swiss League and Europa League. So Sibachu was the one who came on for Sargent. Thanks, everyone, for being a part of the broadcast tonight. A little over 5 minutes until we reach second half stoppage time, and it's the U.S. leading by 2. Here's Brendan Aronson. Leggett back out wide. Robinson with a good ball in. Headed to the edge of the box. And then moved out by Palmer, who does win the free kick. Yep, there's the foul committed by Della Torre. Such a young U.S. team, such a promising U.S. team. Very fun to watch. And very, very good to see them all together on the pitch finally after, the whole pandemic and all. Jamaica with another change of their own. The substitution coming in the 86th minute. A reminder that there's a Group J UEFA World Cup qualifier coming up next. Germany faces Iceland. Then on Saturday at 1 Eastern in Group G, Norway takes on Turkey. So a whole lot of European qualifiers to look forward to for the World Cup. Also on Saturday at 3:45, the Czech Republic takes on mighty Belgium. The UEFA FIFA World Cup qualifiers getting underway officially yesterday. There were some great games yesterday. I might call a few if I can. Be on the call for a few games. I would like to, anyways. We'll see. Perhaps England, Poland next week. That pass out of play for a Jamaica throw-in. 3-1, the U.S. with a 2-goal edge. And it was Hilton who came on for Jamaica. Gray came off, so an attacking change from this Jamaican team. 3 minutes to go. Here's Leggett. He has one of the 3 U.S. goals. It looks like Palmer's also come off. Yep, Palmer has been replaced by Wellington. So it was a double change there from Jamaica. Time winding down in this one from Austria. The U.S. will, after this one, head to Belfast to take on Northern Ireland in their second of 2 friendlies during this international break. And then next up for the U.S. will be one more friendly at the very end of May against Switzerland, and then a few days later, it'll be their CONCACAF Nations League semifinal with Honduras. This ball across the face of goal, and Zach Steffen denies tilt at the back post. What a stop by the U.S. keeper. There's a reason why he's with Manchester City. Wow. Steffen getting over quickly to cover that back post and make the stop. I thought surely it was going in, as that takes a very heart-thumping deflection off of Leggett. But Steffen once again quick to react and makes the stop. Leggett nearly had an own goal as well as his goal earlier. Now here come the U.S. once again looking for a fourth. Cannon. Della Torre couldn't quite connect that time around with Acosta. We're now a minute away from reaching the 90-minute mark and second half stoppage time. And it's White who takes the goal kick. What's going on, Diego? How you doing? Welcome into the broadcast. That's a very good question, Diego. Yeah, I do know why soccer doesn't have the same. Well, I mean, first off, here comes a chance for the U.S. looking for a fourth, and there it is. It's legit again, almost a carbon copy of his first goal, and the United States take a 4-1 lead as we enter stoppage time. How about that to cap off what was a solid performance from the U.S. tonight? It's legit with his second goal of the game, and the U.S. lead by 3. Perfect finish. This time tucked in the bottom left corner. The Jamaican keeper White furious with his team's defensive effort. Legit, though, with another real nice one-time finish. And we will have 3 minutes of second half stoppage time. But yeah, going back to your question, Diego, I think mainly it's just because, you know, sports like baseball, basketball, and football were developed here in the U.S. in like a long time ago. They were like, you know, way back in the day, those sports were they were basically invented in the U.S. So it was, you know, our sport right off the bat. Soccer, meanwhile, it took obviously, you know, it was invented in Europe, got real popular in Europe very early on, but I think it took a while for the U.S. to catch on to the sport. And I think part of what hinders it from being as popular is just because all of those other sports that I mentioned, like football, basketball, and baseball, were already, you know, some of, you know, America's favorite sports before soccer was even, you know, thought about as being, you know, perhaps a popular sport in this country. So the U.S., you know, always were playing catch up in a way, as that header is straight to the keeper White. So yeah, I feel like that's why they don't have the same support as other sports. I mean, it's definitely growing. I live here in the U.S. and it's definitely growing. It's getting more and more popular. MLS is getting better. The U.S. national team is getting better. So it's good to see. But I just feel like since all of those, you know, other sports that you're alluding to were very popular first before, you know, anyone even really thought about soccer or played it that much in this country. I think that's a big reason why those sports are supported much more and are much more popular, you know, because they kind of got the head start, if you know what I mean. But I certainly think U.S. soccer is getting more support as it grows in popularity, which is great to see. But yeah, it's a good question, Diego. As that's taken away by Acosta, and that will do it. The final whistle comes, and the United States defeat Jamaica in comfortable fashion ultimately. The final score, 4-1. It was 2-1 at one point, and Jamaica made it interesting for a little while, but the U.S., with 2 goals from Leggett, made sure that they won this game by a comfortable margin, and that's exactly what they did. Des and Aronson with the other 2 goals, in the United States win by 3, as that will do it for my broadcast, everybody. I am Samuel Reese signing off, saying so long. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. The U.S. win. It's always a good day when the United States win. 4-1 the final in this international friendly. Next up for the U.S. will be Northern Ireland on Sunday, a game I will be on the call for. Thanks, Drew, for joining the broadcast. Yeah, Pulisic did start. He was subbed off at halftime. The U.S. do get the 4-1 win. As I say so long, see you guys next time, which will probably be Saturday for some March Madness, and then Sunday I'll be doing both the U.S. senior teams game against the Northern Ireland at noon, and then Sunday night I'll be doing the U23's Olympic qualifier semifinal against either Honduras or Canada. Yeah, no problem, Diego. Greetings from Barcelona. Very good, very good. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah, I've never been to Spain. My dad's from Portugal. I've been to Portugal, but I have not been to Spain, unfortunately. My dad has been to Barcelona actually, and he said he really liked it. I got to go one of these times. I got to go to the Bernabeu in Madrid and then Camp Nou in Barca. I'd love to do that. I cannot see your comments. No, I cannot, Tanan. I don't know. I don't know if it didn't go through or what. I can't see it on my end. All I see is your comment saying, "Can you see my comment?" But yeah, that will do it for my broadcast, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed. I could only do the second half because I had school, but still enjoyed coming on for the second half. U.S. win it 4-1. Go USA. YouTube shadow banning you, really? That stinks. Well, I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. Oh, really? It shows on your end? Yeah, YouTube can be bullies, I suppose. They're very strict with copyright as well. That's why I can't show the game. But yeah, thanks for coming on, everybody. 4-1 the final, and I'll see you guys next time. So long.